welcome to the Liberty Mike podcast, broadcasting from an undisclosed location in the heart of Dixie. I am Michael, and I'm here with Liberty Larry.
How's it going?
I'm doing all right. How are you?
Hot.
Hot?
Hot.
How can you be hot? It's like 70 degrees in this house.
It's nice in your house. I've came to the conclusion that I think it started yesterday. It's like non-outdoor season. Like,
yeah, well.
you go from, like you've always said, one air conditioning to the next,
Yeah,
like
they're
all day
little
long.
oases of air conditioning.
Yes. I spent a piece of my day yesterday working out in the yard, and I'm telling you, it ain't worth it, man. It's just too hot. And it's only July. It's only going to get worse.
Yeah, it just became July.
Became July. It's early July. Like this is no good, man. Something's got to be done.
August is the bad month.
I know. And we're not even close to it yet.
No. Did you see in any of the Europeans in America thing the Frenchman talking about that the one good thing about America, the thing that makes America great, is air conditioning?
Yeah.
that we need to add a new verse to our national anthem about air conditioning.
Well, I'm telling you, it's important this time of year.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Well, certainly here. I mean, their Mediterranean climate is just different.
Yeah. Well, I saw something that I guess the above us is actually warmer right now. There's some kind of weird heat dome thing happening.
Oh, well, we do usually get like a little bit of cool air off the water.
Yeah, so. That is true.
And there's plenty of water falling right now.
And now it's falling from the sky out there, so that's always good.
Yeah.
That might or might not be coming through. I don't know.
So I watched James Gunn's Superman last night.
Okay, no, I'm not a big Superman guy, so you're gonna have to tell me what is this?
It's the new Superman that came out, I guess, last year.
Okay, all right. I remember it coming out. I didn't see it.
James Gunn is the Guardians of the Galaxy guy.
Okay.
I mean, he directed that or whatever.
Okay, yeah.
Or wrote it or
love
something.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
I don't know. He's connected very strongly to the Guardians of the Galaxy.
I gotcha. Yeah. Okay.
And he's in charge of the DCU now.
Oh, really? Okay. This is something I ought to know, probably.
Yeah, maybe not for long.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Because Supergirl has been a complete...
It tanked in the box office.
Disaster.
I did see that. That's the reason I was curious what you had watched, because I was like, I knew the Supergirl had came out, I guess, this past weekend.
Yeah, I do want to see it, but I'll wait till it's streaming.
I think a lot of people took your tack on it.
Well, I think a lot of people probably won't even watch it when it's streaming.
That stuff has enough of a following. It'll like I say, I mean it's already tanked in the box office, but it might pick up a little bit in the streaming. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think that it was first in the box office in its opening weekend.
Oh, it wasn't. No, it was. I don't know.
That's pretty sad.
I don't remember the specifics, but I saw a headline talking about what it had grossed the first week, and it was
like 40 million.
Yeah, but that's that's not enough for that movie.
Oh Lord, no! They're gonna have to make 300 million at least, probably to
come out,
to break even.
Yeah,
and probably more than that, actually.
Yeah,
because they're never really honest about how much they spend.
What they spent, yeah,
and they definitely don't include their marketing budgets into those figures, and that's
and that one was pushed heavy. I mean, I saw ads for it, and I've heard ads on the radio for it. Like, they've pushed it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Well, no, I didn't see that. I saw Superman.
Yeah.
She appears actually at the end of Superman, just very briefly.
Kind of a teaser for what's to come.
I suppose it's not a very good one.
Oh, really? Oh, that's not good.
Yeah. It's like, why would I want to watch this person?
Oh, wow. Oh, I hate that.
I can play the very end before we go out after we finish this podcast, man. Right. You'll be like, is that supposed to get me to want to see the next film? I don't see it. Anyway, Superman was bad.
Yeah.
It had some moments that were compelling, like that had me, really paying attention.
Yeah.
But they were few and far between and really short.
Really?
Yeah. I sent.
How long was it? Was it another one of those like Batman that was
I think it was just over 2 hours.
Okay, that's still a lot, but I can deal.
I mean, like just over, like
so barely.
7 minutes or whatever. Yeah. But no, it was just like it. Their problem, and maybe this is James Gunn. I don't know. I can never think of his name because it's something a little weird. But what's the guy that did Firefly?
Oh, Joss Whedon.
Yeah. Okay. So I think that a lot of people have tried to emulate Joss Whedon.
Okay.
With the like clever, quippy dialogue and so forth.
Yeah.
And they're not as good at it anyway. But they don't understand, like, Joss Whedon was really good at letting emotional moments sit.
Yeah.
Like, he can really get you with emotional moments. Like, there are a lot of jokes in his stuff, but the important emotional moments he lets stand on their own. And they don't understand that, is what I've decided.
Yeah.
Because there are a few moments that could be like really impactful emotional moments and they interrupt it with a joke.
Oh yeah. The timing's off.
Yeah. And it's like, well, you just made that whole thing meaningless.
Yeah. No, and you're definitely right as far as Whedon. I mean, I think specifically the Firefly, but all of his stuff has been that way where there's the time, I chalk it up to timing. Like all of the timing is just like in sync. And it just makes sense. It's funny when it needs to be funny, and it tones it down when that's appropriate. And it just works.
Well, he understands the importance of an emotional moment's impact.
Yeah.
And like I said, I think that they just don't understand that.
Yeah.
They don't understand how he weaved in the comedy around important points that he allowed to be important.
Yeah.
Like they just don't. They
should be taking notes because, like,
I actually sent a message to Sam, who was on the podcast a few weeks ago, because I know he's into the comic book movies and so forth.
Yeah,
and I said this is awful, and it's awful because it's like one long bad joke.
Yeah. I mean, to me, that's Superman in a nutshell. But I'm not a Superman fan. I'm a Batman fan, and I'm sorry. Like,
man, well, no, I get that. He's doing Batman soon, so be prepared for that.
Don't curse us.
I don't. I think it'll be more or less the same. I don't think
that's his style.
Yeah, I don't think that they know how to be. I don't think they know how to be serious.
Yeah. Well, Batman,
or they think that nobody wants them to be. Maybe that's it. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But it didn't work. It was, and I guess the dog is a big part of the second of the Supergirl film too, because it's her dog.
Oh yeah.
I forget, Crypto or something.
Crypto.
Is that it?
I don't know. That I have no clue. I'm out of my element.
Anyway, that dog is an asshole. I don't know.
Really?
It's not. I don't know.
Can dogs be assholes?
Absolutely. How could you possibly not have known an asshole dog?
Well, I mean, I have, but I just like chalked it up to, I don't know. Yeah. I don't know.
Some dogs are just assholes.
Yeah. I still love them though, even if they are an asshole.
Well,
I like dogs.
Anyway, I like dogs too, but this one is just it's just obnoxious, and maybe part of it is that the dog is like one of those characters that interrupts serious moments with what they think is funny.
Yeah. So,
but it's just not.
It's not. Yeah.
So maybe that's it.
Oh. I hope he figures out this timing by the time he gets to Batman.
I think Wonder Woman's next, but I don't remember what the plan is.
No, I don't know.
I
mean, I think
the major heroes. I mean, because I think that they have a plan for some. I think they have another Superman movie planned that probably is the next one. But
you think they're gonna do it after Supergirl flop?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I think it would be smarter for them to probably just like toss it and get the tax write-off for wasted expenses and so forth. Like,
or get some new writers.
Yeah, well, that's what no, they need to get some old writers.
Well,
that's
actually
one of the
what
problems.
I mean. I was actually going to say they ought to hire Whedon, but
yeah, well, he's
out of the business. Yeah.
No, they keep bringing in young writers that don't have much credit. The Supergirl writer did like a markup on the script for Batwoman that never got published.
Yeah.
Published, I guess is the right word. Whatever, released.
Yeah.
And other than that, she was a writer of some like movie short, like some like 12-minute movie or whatever. Those were her writing credits.
Oh wow!
Before Supergirl. So maybe you don't give somebody who only has one real writing credit and it's a short film a $250 million
budget to go do what you want.
To do a superhero film. I don't know. I don't understand what they're doing. Doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah.
But Superman was bad. And Supergirl apparently is too.
I mean, that's all I've heard as far as Supergirl's concerned. So I don't know.
I mean, but I saw the trailer. Like there are parts of it that look cool to me. So I'll see it.
You'll probably see it, right?
Yeah, I'll see it. I heard bad things about The Batman too.
Yeah,
with Robert Pattinson. I really enjoyed that.
I liked it. I mean,
it was too long.
It was it was too long, and I'm a Batman guy, and I went in not excited, like thinking that it was just not going to be good because I'm not a Patterson fan or Pattinson, whatever his name is. I'm not a fan, but hey, I give credit.
That must really be bad for you because I know your wife is.
Oh, she definitely is. Trust me. But I'll give credit, man. That movie was good. Like, other than it being a little long, I really enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to the next one.
I mean, I can understand why you're not a Pattinson fan, but he's good actually. Like, I don't have bad things to say about his acting. I've seen a bunch of films with him that I was really impressed with him.
At this point, that's where I'm at with him. Because the Batman, that one was good, and there's other films that he's been in that are supposed to be really good. So, like I said,
there's one. It's like
I'm
Good
changing my
Times
tune.
or something like that, where he's just a down in the dumps, like drug addict, whatever, really terrible person. His brother gets in trouble and he's trying to get his brother out. And it's one of these like race to get things done over the period of a night. And it's insane. And he's unreal in it.
Really?
And there's another like small one. I think it's called Cosmopolis maybe, or something like that. I can't remember what it's called. That might be a completely different film. But it almost the whole film takes place with just him in the back of a limousine.
Really? Yeah.
And it was really good.
Yeah.
Like, I really enjoyed it. I thought, it was a little heavy-handed in its message about wealth disparities and so forth, but still a good film.
Yeah.
And he was really good in it. So I've seen him. Yeah. I've been impressed with him.
Yeah.
It's just that Twilight is terrible.
But yeah, that's what my, like, I watched all of those Twilight movies. I almost feel like against my will at some points.
Yeah, I imagine so.
So yeah, that left a bad taste in my mouth.
Okay. Well, speaking of bad taste in your mouth.
And wealth disparity.
And wealth disparity, I guess, too. Gavin Newsom had some things to say.
Yeah.
And so I've got like a 2-minute clip, and we probably should break it up.
Yeah, when you let me listen to it a few minutes ago, I was like, man, we're just really going to let this guy go on and on like this on our podcast? No,
I don't think we can.
I don't think we can either.
Yeah, we'd have so many people quit listening. But I'm like, there's a bunch of things that he says that I want to address.
Yeah, no, like I say, I'm with you. I'm all about it, but I'm just saying, let's take it in doses.
All right, so we'll play until we feel like it's an appropriate time to stop, and then we'll comment on that, and then we'll pick it up some more, and we'll eventually work our way through this idiocy.
All
right, here we go.
It's time for a national billionaires tax and a new social contract. Think about this, just 10% of people, 10% of people in this country own 2/3 of the wealth. A 30-year-old, for the first time in American history, is not doing better than his or her parents. That's a 5-alarm fire. American wages have stood still, and the costs across the spectrum, cost of living, have skyrocketed. The system is fundamentally broken. The federal tax code, the corporate tax code, and the inheritance tax code seem to be written for a different set of Americans. It's time for an economic reset, a true minimum tax on billionaires that, well, ensures the people at the very top pay at least the tax rate their own workers pay.
Okay. First off, I want to talk about this new social contract.
Yeah.
Because I don't remember signing the old social contract.
Well, you're fixing to get wrangled into a new one.
So, like, what in the world does he even mean there? That's just...
Yeah. I mean, it's really frustrating because the truth is the stuff he's pointing out is legitimate. Like, the problems are legitimate. Mm-hmm. I mean, I agree with that. The problem you run into is his solutions are only going to make things worse in the end.
Yeah.
And not fix the problems. I mean, it's a losing battle. But what worries me is, like, a guy like that can win.
Yeah.
That's discussing what the real problems are and giving out solutions that your average person is like, oh yeah, well, all of this money's just sitting there being moved around by all these rich people.
Yeah. Well, okay. So remember that point about the generational wealth thing, about that, 30-year-olds are worse off than their parents.
Yeah.
Okay. Because that's important for something that he says later in this little speech.
Okay. Yeah.
So listeners,
put a pin in that. Yeah.
Remember that.
Yeah.
Of course, the tax rates thing is BS anyway.
Yeah.
Like, we went over this on the podcast, the one I did with Shane and Jamie. I don't know. It was around tax time. So somewhere around the middle of April, you can go back and find it. So it may be true the top 10% own 2/3 of the wealth. Okay. That's fine. But the highest bracket of taxpayers pays almost double the average tax rate.
Yeah.
All right. So the whole thing about that they're paying a lower rate than their secretaries, that's just a lie.
Yeah.
Okay. And I think that he's intentionally conflating corporate rates versus the CEO's rates.
Yeah.
But even setting that aside, the other thing is that the top 20% of income earners pay $5 out of $6 that are collected in taxes.
Yeah.
They pay 83% of the total taxes collected, the top 20%.
Yeah. This money is moving into the system.
Yeah.
Or I say moving into the system. It's moving into the government.
Yeah. And it's moving from wealthy people or high income earners. Well, this is actually, like, his thing about them not paying themselves. Oh, have we gotten to that?
We may not. Yeah, I feel like I'm doing the same thing. I'm trying to jump ahead of where we're at.
Yeah.
But the truth is, though, is the problems he's pointing out are legitimate, and the real solution is sitting right in front of him. Instead of harping about the rich need to pay their fair share, which is going to be the pitch this next election cycle, the answer is just stop taxing everybody. Stop taxing the little guy. Take the taxes off the little guy. That will spur economic growth. That'll put more money in people's pockets. But he's not talking. I mean, when you listen through it, that's not what he's wanting to do. It's a us versus them pitch.
Yeah. Well, the middle class always gets screwed on all of these things.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay. Let's go ahead. Yeah. Let's go ahead and play the next bit.
All right.
We also should end this tax-free lifestyle loan. This is the gimmick that allows the ultra-wealthy to borrow against their stock portfolios while reporting no taxable income. We also have to rewrite those inheritance rules so that the largest intergenerational wealth transfer in human history, estimated by, be $124 trillion that will be changing hands, doesn't lock in a permanent American aristocracy of inherited wealth.
All right, I'm just going to start off with those like little affectations that he uses in there, like with the largest intergenerational wealth transfer estimated at 132 trillion. It sounds so fake to me. Like it's like he had the speech written by ChatGPT.
Well, he may have.
Well, that's true too.
He's he is like the definition of like the polished politician. Like, I mean, that's just, anytime I see him, like, that's immediately what I think. Like, he's the scripted, like, focus group tested guy. That's who he is.
That's true. Well, okay. So this, like, I understand why people get frustrated about people borrowing against their stock portfolios and so on. Now, there's a huge capital gains tax. So if you cash in your stocks, you absolutely get taxed. And you have to remember that most stocks were purchased with already taxed income.
Yeah. I mean, that's how it works.
They paid their taxes when they were earning their incomes initially. So, I mean, to complain about, that they did really well and so we didn't collect enough taxes from them this is what it sounds like to me.
Yeah.
We didn't collect enough taxes from them when they were earning that income. So now that they're not earning income and they're just living off of the wealth that they generated after taxes, we need to tax them more.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, I mean, it's just to tax people in the oblivion mindset, because it's the same thing with when he talks about the inheritance tax. Mm-hmm. Well, we didn't tax them enough when they were alive, so now we got to tax them again now that they're passing some of that on to their relatives, which, by the way, is how you end up in situations where families have to sell the family farm. Right. Because they can't afford to pass it to their loved ones because of the taxes.
Yeah. And remember that he pointed out earlier that this is the first time in American history, which is also not true, but the first time in American history where 30-year-olds are doing worse than their parents. So now you want to prevent those parents from helping out their 30-year-olds that aren't doing as well as them by taxing anything that they might pass down to those kids?
Exactly. I mean, it goes back to your point where the little guy always gets hurt in these deals. I mean, he's making a pitch that sounds halfway decent if you don't dig down into it.
Yeah.
But that's the problem and we don't have here's the real problem is we don't have a media that will dig down into this.
Well, we have a media that agrees with him. We have a media that wants him to be the next president.
Well, yeah, exactly. So, I mean, all they're going to do is bolster his BS. I mean, I have opinions on this. I actually think that this isn't going to work this time as well, just because of the media landscape change. But guys like this are dangerous.
Yeah.
For all the reasons we just laid out.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Moving on to the next section.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right.
Time as well to return to the pre-2017 corporate tax rates, and time to close those offshore loopholes once and for all. And as AI reshapes the country, every American should own a piece of the future it builds through a national public equity fund. Trickle-down economics, it's been a, nearly 50-year experiment that has failed. Record corporate profits flowed into stock buybacks and executive compensation. It's time to stop pretending otherwise.
All right, so I kind of disagree with him about the corporate tax rates. Except for COVID and all the money printing that went along with COVID, the economy in terms of creating wealth and jobs and so forth has done much better with the lower tax rates than it did with the higher ones on corporations.
Well, yeah.
I mean, essentially what you're saying with corporate tax rates is like, okay, let's make running a business more expensive for corporations so they stop hiring so many people.
Yeah, that's going to be good for the economy.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Now, I understand his concern with corporate buybacks and huge profits. The thing is that the economy is unstable.
Yeah. Because
of government action, unless you think that the Federal Reserve is not part of the government. I'm not going to address that technicality again. But the economy's unstable, and so because of government action, and so these corporations, the smart thing to do is to turtle up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, okay, we're not sure where the future's going. Let's let's make sure that we have as much resilience as possible.
Yeah.
So, like, I understand those concerns about that, but the other thing is that these corporations that are having record profits are the ones that are most in bed with the government for the most part.
Yeah.
I mean, like the insurance industries and things like that.
Yeah.
I mean, these corporations with the highest profits is because they use the government to prevent competition.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Which is the reason they can produce these massive profits.
Mm-hmm. So he just doesn't understand economies.
No.
Or he is outright lying. And I mean, either one I would believe.
Yeah, either one is not good.
Yeah. You choose which is the better of those two options, I guess.
Exactly.
Do you have something to say on?
I mean, the AI thing, as far as that just seems ridiculous to me that we're gonna like just take money from these. I mean, I'm not even exactly sure what he's trying to do. Take money from these companies and
I don't know. The Trump government is trying to invest in AI businesses. I don't think that the public money should be used to invest in private business.
Well, no, and either way.
So, Trump's a part of this problem also.
Yeah.
But
it's because they see this thing where all of this money is going, and they're like, oh, well, we've got to get entwined in this somehow, is what they're thinking. I mean, I don't think that the boom is as big as they think it is, but that's a whole nother story.
Right.
I don't know. It just seems
no. I mean, it's like a move towards nationalizing a particular industry, which is just like really absurd. Yeah. And as far as on the same lines, I guess we got to prevent the offshore loopholes and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Like, okay, we've got to prevent people from moving their money where they want.
Yeah.
Go talk to your bank, because this is what, like, I have changed banks on more than one occasion for exactly this reason. That I go in and I'm like, okay, I want to transfer this money to this outside facility or to this other account, and they make me jump through a whole bunch of poops. There's a whole bunch of bureaucracy. Now, to be fair to the bank, a lot of that actually is the government's fault too.
Yeah, exactly.
It's this know your customer crap.
Yeah.
But at the point that I feel like I am not in control of my own money, I go find another facility to put my money. Yeah,
absolutely.
So this is, what he's talking about, like, oh, well, we got to close offshore loopholes. We got to prevent people from moving their money where they want.
Yeah, exactly.
To protect it from the government.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, let's play the next bit.
All right.
We're nearing the 250th anniversary of this country's revolution. The system the American founders built, was designed to prevent the concentration of power in a few hands. But we've allowed that concentration to happen anyway, slowly and in plain sight over the course of decades and decades. But we can reverse it. We can reverse it together. It's time to democratize the American economy to save our democracy.
Man, he's really pushing this idea that we're a democracy. Going to democratize our economy?
Yeah,
save
I'm not
our
even
democracy.
I'm not going to quibble with that.
No,
I mean, whatever.
It's just bullshit. I mean, even beyond it's all talking points. Like that's what's irritating about it, is like he's one of those politicians that's like a focus group tested term, so he uses it like over and over again.
Well, he pulled a little trick there too. Did you catch it?
Maybe, I don't know. Maybe not.
He intentionally conflates wealth and power.
Oh,
he's been talking about wealth this whole time, and he says our system was designed to prevent the concentration of power in a few individuals, which also, by the way, is not entirely true.
Yeah.
All right. But then he goes back to, we have to democratize the economy. So he's conflating wealth and power there in a way that's very tricky, I think.
Interesting. No, I did not pick up on that.
And as far as the founders trying to prevent the concentration of power, they tried to prevent the concentration of power in a single institution.
Yeah.
And I guess in individuals as well. They did not try to prevent the concentration of wealth among people. Yeah. They figured a free market would do that itself. They expected the
market to handle that.
Yeah, exactly.
But what we've ended up with is a government that overreaches to the point that the free market doesn't cleanse the way it should.
Mm-hmm. But they did believe in in leading citizens. in a natural aristocracy. Some of them used that term.
Yeah.
They did believe that there were people that were meant to lead. There were natural leaders. What they didn't buy into was the traditional aristocracy that was genealogical, that was by descent.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
They didn't believe in an inherited nobility.
Yeah.
But they did believe in nobility.
Yeah.
That
makes sense.
They believed that there were some people that were just better than other people, that were more capable, more competent, more driven or whatever, and that those people would rise to the top and become the natural leadership.
Yeah, and they will either way, regardless of, I mean, you can try to put roadblocks in front of them, but like...
I mean, you can control it pretty effectively. Look at our nation now.
Yeah.
I mean, do you think that the best options to lead our nation into the future were Donald Trump and Kamala Harris?
No.
Or Donald Trump and Joe Biden? Yeah. Or Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton?
I mean, and you can run that down through Congress and even some of your state house seats and stuff. Like
exactly.
You're not getting the best and the brightest.
Yeah.
Because I think the best and the brightest have better things to do, for one.
Yeah, I mean,
in a lot of cases. I mean, there's exceptions.
Well, yeah,
Thomas Massey, but
well, he had better things to do too. He just chose not to.
Well, yeah, but that's my point, though, is that the best people aren't seeking this position out.
Mm-hmm. Well, that is one of the primary problems with democracy, is that the people that seek that kind of power over others are the people that are least deserving of it.
Exactly.
Generally speaking.
Yeah.
So, and as far as the democratizing the economy, what does that even mean?
Yeah,
are we gonna vote on where our GDP dollars go or something? Like,
I'm telling you, that's a market tested term. Like he's that one's polling well right now, so he's working it in everywhere he can.
Yeah, I mean, this guy's completely full of it. I'm pretty sure that Gavin Newsom is not one of the people that our founding fathers would have thought of as the leading citizens.
Yeah, I would.
Or natural leaders or natural aristocracy.
Yeah,
I suspect that most of them would have looked at him and thought, "Well, this guy's an idiot."
Yeah, well, because he is.
He's been a very effective idiot.
Yeah. I mean, depends on what you consider effective. I mean, he's won some elections.
He keeps getting reelected.
I was going to say he's won some elections, but
he even managed to stave off a recall vote.
Yeah, he did. A recall that was well-deserved. Like, it came in for a very good reason. He's, like I say, that's kind of my point, is he's a good politician, but that's all he is.
Yeah.
Like,
well, he has served as governor in California over some really bad times in California, and has somehow convinced the people that a overblown bureaucracy can be fixed by adding additional layers of bureaucracy.
Yeah. I mean, that's California in a nutshell. Just layers and layers of it.
Did y'all hear my cat yelling? Oh, my goodness. She never feels like she has gotten enough attention. It's never been enough.
Yeah.
She is whiny. But, and the concentration of power, once again, has happened because of actions of the government and the courts.
Yeah.
And the concentration of wealth has also happened because of actions of the government and the courts.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how we're going to fix this problem by, again, adding new layers of bureaucracy.
I mean, like, I don't know.
Or democratizing the economy,
the markets,
whatever that means.
Well, I'm just saying, if you like what's going on and what's happened in California over the last decade, he's your guy.
Yeah.
Like, so.
I don't know. He's a
slimy politician.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, that's all I see when I think of when I see him.
I hate the way he talks. It drives me nuts. Like, if we had played that full, like, little over 2 minutes, I guess, at once.
Yeah.
I don't know. If our listeners are like me, they would have lost their minds. Just like, oh, I can't listen to this guy. I can't listen to this guy.
Yeah. I mean,
and it's not even what he says. It's like how he says
it's
it.
his cadence. It's the whole thing.
It's just irritating. It sounds so fake to me. It's so fake.
Yeah. That's because it is. I mean, like I say, I do think that's what it is.
Okay, so we've got some more time here, and I think, I mean, I know that this podcast is a little longer than it says on my recorder because of the clips, but not that much longer. So
only by 2 minutes, right?
Yeah, sort of. So I did want to talk about privacy again because I've been reading this book. I'm not very far into it. It's called The Right to Oblivion by Lowry Presley, and that's Presley with only one E at the beginning, Pressly, which is kind of a weird spelling. But I think Lowry's the same way. I'm pretty sure it's Lowry.
Yeah.
Which I would have thrown an E into that one probably too if somebody had just said it to me. Yeah. Anyway, this book is fascinating. And I've really enjoyed it so far because it's attacking our ideas of privacy in the modern information age.
Yeah.
And trying to draw a line, like delineate privacy from secrecy and other forms of hiding information, I guess. Or I guess really he's trying to delineate the idea of what privacy protects from information, period.
Okay.
That it's not about information. Information is our way of looking at things, but it doesn't describe what privacy is actually protecting.
Okay.
And I have really enjoyed this, and we've talked about privacy on this podcast before, and I've said, that one of the important things about privacy is this idea that you act differently if you know you're being observed.
Yeah.
That it stifles creativity and individuality, and it enforces conformity if you're being observed.
Yeah.
Or if you think you might be.
Yeah.
Actually, it doesn't matter if you really are or not.
Yeah.
And so he has given me kind of a framework to describe privacy violations as a violation of the non-aggression principle, which I really appreciate. Yeah. So this is like where my mind has gone with this. And I think I'm probably going to just like read a long paragraph out of this book because it's interesting. In fact, let's start there and then we can maybe talk about it. Now I got to find my place in this book. Luckily I have this marked. I have this new, well, it's not that new, but I have the system where when I'm reading books, if I come across passages that are longer than a sentence or so that I think are important, I have started sticking Post-it notes.
Nah, you're a Post-it note guy.
In the book to mark the page and saying where it is. So on this one, it's page 38, last paragraph, to page 39, first full paragraph. So I'm not going to read all of that, I don't think. But I think that there's something really interesting in what he is talking about here. I might read all of that, actually.
Might as well.
Well, yeah, we'll see. All right. Here we go. It's hard to read in front of the microphone because the microphone kind of gets in the way of my view of the book.
Yeah.
So I apologize. I'm a better reader than this, I swear. The apparent objectivity of the photograph or the audio recording whose development was roughly contemporaneous with that of photography, albeit with less immediate commercial success, seemed to mean that the one who is recorded is made to appear or to speak wherever the image or recording is reproduced, including situations and contexts of which the subject is unaware. This is concerning irrespective of whether what is said is secret or common knowledge, since we tend to think it important that individuals have the ability to control where and when they will appear and speak. This moral idea is the basis of Warren and Brandeis's assertion that the closest analogy to the right to privacy is not an individual's right to protect property or to control personal information, but that, quote, of determining ordinarily to what extent his thoughts, sentiments, and emotions shall be communicated to others, end quote. In other words, the harm of a privacy invasion is less like having one's secrets stolen than being forced to divulge them, What makes such an act bad, that is both wrong and harmful, is not primarily a function of the information in question, but how it undermines or violates an individual's agency. Now we can begin to understand how it could be invasive to photograph somebody through an open window when merely looking into the window would not be. For one thing, a different form of knowledge is produced in either case. Whereas the living memory of an eyewitness is fluid, resistant to being called up at will in the same form every time, and subject to constant refashioning and the attrition of forgetting, a photograph is fixed, stable for all to see and scrutinize, more like a piece of information than a memory. This corresponds to another difference having to do with the communication of what is seen. And this is a point that I think is really important as I speak an aside in the middle of this long quote.
Yeah.
If one looks into a neighbor's window and gives an account of what one saw, one speaks for oneself and gives one's personal point of view on what was there. But when one takes a photograph or audio recording and then shows that picture or plays the recording, it is the one pictured or recorded who appears or speaks, who is made to appear or speak. Warren and Brandeis were not alone in thinking that invasion of privacy was more like a forced confession than breaking and entering.
Yeah. It's an interesting way of thinking about it. I just never really kind of thought about it in those type of terms.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
So we can see it as a violation of the non-aggression principle because, in a sense, you are forcing them to present their thoughts, opinions, behaviors, etc., in a place to people or in a context that you wouldn't have done it.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. And I think that's a really interesting point. And he does try, like I said, to delineate between the ideas of privacy and secrecy. He actually attacks the old adage that if privacy is for people who have something to hide, he's like, no, hiding is for people who have something to hide. Yeah. Secrecy is for people who have secrets. Privacy is for something else entirely. Yeah. And he talks about privacy in terms of the individual's like potentials and so forth. It's like an internal aspect of yourself that you can keep hidden in a way, but really it's not about hiding it or whatever. It's talking about a part of life that is necessarily unknown and not to be known.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
I think so.
And I like the idea that it's more like a forced confession rather than breaking and entering. It's not that you're taking something exactly away from somebody. You're forcing them to divulge information.
Yeah. That was private.
That is their own and their own.
Yeah.
Like their own alone.
Yeah.
And I like the idea of identifying the difference between fluid information and permanent information. Or essentially that's the difference between it being information and something else.
Yeah.
Right. Like I was thinking about it in terms of surveillance. So you have this permanence of information when it may not represent the individual as they are.
Yeah.
Right. Like especially if they're not aware that that their privacy is being invaded. Yeah. Imagine catching a photograph. Okay, this is an easy one, right? Yeah. Like, imagine catching a photograph of a couple walking down the street, and an attractive woman is walking the other direction, and you catch that photograph right at that moment where the guy in the couple is checking out the girl going the other way.
That's the meme.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay, so that guy may never have any interest in cheating on his wife or whatever.
Yeah.
It may just be an appreciation for aesthetics. I have an appreciation for aesthetics. Yeah. Anyway, but like you've caught them in this moment that you can kind of make assumptions about what is internalized that may or may not be correct. Yeah. But it seems so obvious. Like the photograph seems objective.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it could just be like that moment.
Yeah.
You know, or somebody making a bad face at something else, but it appears in the photograph that they're making a bad face at maybe their wife again, or something like that. Like, you know, so there's all these moments that can be
capture the full picture.
Yeah, that can be captured out of context that can give a mistaken impression of what was happening or what is the person is thinking or doing or what have you.
Yeah.
And then, but it's there. It's there forever.
Our media does deceptive editing all the time.
Absolutely.
That's a known thing.
And then I moved it on to social media.
Yeah.
Also, now in this case, the person is publicly displaying this information. Like they've chosen to. My cat, it's just like really wants attention right now. Yeah. They've chosen to display this in public.
Yeah.
Without any knowledge of how it might be used in the future. I think it's foolish. Like,
yeah,
I understand, like, I guess posting graduation pictures and things like that.
Yeah.
I'm really off social media, so I don't make use of social media. But like everybody understands, right, that one of the first things that prospective employers do is go to your social media and see what you've been posting there.
Oh, yeah.
Be careful about how you represent yourself.
Yeah. Because it's there.
Yeah. And publicizing the private, I think, is something that has changed. But he's really focusing on the idea that all of this stuff is information, like the datification of all this private information. But he is trying to delineate those things that are private from the kinds of information that is available.
Yeah.
And it's not to say that the two can't cross over. I mean, like his point there is that once the photograph is taken, it moves from something private to a piece of information.
Yeah. Yeah.
But anyway, I found this interesting, and I think that, like I said, the most important point for a libertarian trying to make the case about privacy is this idea that it's a violation of your sovereignty over your own thoughts and feelings and behaviors that you don't share with everybody. That you should have control over with whom, when, and under what circumstances you share these things about your own self.
Yeah. No. You get it.
Anyway, highly recommend it for people who are into academic stuff like this. I mean, it's, I guess it would be a political philosophy book, and I'm not very far into it, so I'm probably going to have a lot more to say about this book before I finish it.
As it goes along, yeah.
But I'll probably be finished with it by next week. So,
so maybe we can do a follow-up next week.
Yeah. I'm curious how, like, he's talking mostly at this point about historical issues.
Yeah.
The advent, obviously, there of photography and then there's a case of this artist who has taken photographs of people through their Manhattan, like from a Manhattan high rise into another Manhattan high rise.
Yeah.
Even though in most cases he didn't take photos that the person could be identified and so forth, but like just that knowledge that they could be being watched.
Yeah. Close your blinds, man.
I know. But he is trying to highlight, like I said, that difference between like somebody's passing view and somebody taking a photograph.
Yeah.
Create different kinds of information.
Yeah.
Anyway, I have really enjoyed it, and like I said, the important point is that like it gives you kind of a framework for making an argument for privacy that's grounded in the non-aggression principle for a libertarian, and I think that's really worthwhile, because even libertarians who feel so strongly about these kinds of issues have a hard time articulating why it's a problem within our own philosophy, I think.
Yeah. No, I agree with that.
So, and I hope that I've given enough of an overview for at least you to have like a base idea of how you can make that argument to somebody in the future.
Yeah.
And if not, send me an email, and I'll do a better job.
Yeah.
Where I'm not doing it kind of contemporaneously on a podcast.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and wrap up there. We're about 50 minutes in, which is where I like to be.
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and wrap it up.
All right.
We'll be back next week.
far as I know.
I say with my eyebrows raised.
I see no barriers as of today.
All right. We'll be back next week. In the meantime, you can follow us on Facebook. You can subscribe on iTunes, YouTube, Podbean. Like and share, comment. You can always email me, michael@thelibertymike.com. And happy actual Independence Day, everybody. Like, I think this is the first time we've actually done it on July 2nd, which is the date of the Lee Resolution, which was our legal separation from the British Empire.
250 years.
Yeah. So we have actually been legally an independent nation for 250 years as of today.
Nice.
But enjoy your 4th of July too, because that's when the real celebration is.
Yeah. Don't blow any fingers off.
Yeah, don't do that either.
Don't get overzealous.
Yeah. Eat well. Remember why we're here. If you're not feeling very patriotic, go watch some of those Europeans in America videos on YouTube. It'll make you feel better about the world.
Yeah.
Or your world. We'll be back next week when we finally get this right. And in the meantime, try to stay free.
Life's short, live free.
Ciao.
Later.